The Prime Minister explicitly and repeatedly promised, less than a month before last year's election, that he would deliver cheaper electricity and an annual cut of $275 to electricity bills. Prime Minister, how can Australians already suffering cost of living challenges possibly trust the Albanese government to keep this promise?
Do not interject when the Leader is asking his question. It goes to both sides. The call to the Prime Minister.
Thanks, Mr Speaker. Today, Claire Savage, the Chair of the Australian Energy Regulator, said this: "It's much lower than where we were fearing it could have been last September, October." What would she know? A lot of what we have seen in the price increases today have been driven by unreliable coal plants,
Leader of the Opposition,
solar outages and very high fossil fuel prices. So that transition to clean energy is critical to bringing down prices. What we are seeing is that the contracts that retailers buy for the coming financial year have fallen quite a bit since the intervention in the coal and gas markets in October last year. So they are about 40% lower than they were in October last year. That's what Claire Savage said, the Chair of the Australian Energy Regulator.
Will cease ejecting.
Mr Speaker, he promised to smile more if they made him leader, but I've seen no evidence.
Prime Minister will return to the question.
I've seen, there it is. That cheeky little smile.
Members on my right. And the member for Page will cease to eject, and the member for Gippsland. So I can hear from the Leader of the Opposition on a point of order.
Mr Speaker, on relevance, this Prime Minister might treat the Australian public like a joke, but use his own words. You promised.
Resume your seat. Order. Just before the Prime Minister continues, the Leader of the Opposition knows he has a great deal of latitude. Points of order for the rest of today will be made in accordance with the standing orders, which will be simply to state the point of order which is relevance, and no further commentary. Give the call to the Prime Minister.
Thanks, Mr Speaker. He's angry because he knows that he voted against helping people. He voted against $3 billion in direct bill relief. He voted against the price caps on gas and coal that the energy regulator was speaking about today. He's angry because he opposed the safeguard mechanism, their own policy, supported by business and industry. He's angry because he was a part of a government that had 22 energy policies but didn't land one. He's angry because he left us with an energy grid that was built for the last century. He's angry because his government gave $4 million to the proponents of a coal-fired power plant in Collinsville, knowing that there was no chance,
cease interjecting,
that it would actually go forward. Those opposite are frozen in time while the world warms around them. Those opposite have no way forward. We have had practical measures put forward in this parliament to deal with the challenges that have arisen, that are global challenges, that have had a global impact, and those opposite left us with a policy that simply wasn't landed. We're going forward and making a difference.